From commanding the war room to delivering some of cinema's best speeches, movie presidents often find themselves in more intense situations than any real-life counterpart. Here are 10 of the most iconic movie presidents who've given us moments that range from side-splitting to truly inspiring. Let's dive into these memorable presidential performances, filled with heroics, humor, and the occasional alien invasion. Bill Pullman's President Thomas J. Whitmore is not just a politician but a hands-on leader who embodies heroism and patriotism. As a former fighter pilot, Whitmore is no stranger to combat, but in Independence Day, he faces the ultimate battle, a global alien invasion. His journey in the movie is one of transformation, from a somewhat underestimated president with sagging approval ratings to a leader who rallies humanity against an extraterrestrial threat. Whitmore's iconic rallying speech, "Today we celebrate our Independence Day," still resonates with audiences as one of cinema's most stirring calls to arms. But he doesn't stop there. Instead of retreating to safety, he climbs into a fighter jet himself, joining the battle against the alien mothership. Whitmore's fierce loyalty, courage, and willingness to risk his own life set him apart. He's not just a president. He's a leader who would literally go down fighting for his people, making him unforgettable. Harrison Ford delivers a power-packed performance as President James Marshall, who may be one of the most physically imposing and action-oriented presidents in film history. In Air Force One, Marshall is on a flight back from Russia when his plane is hijacked by terrorists with a grudge against America. But this is no ordinary president. As a former Vietnam War hero with a strong moral compass, he's not content to sit idly by while terrorists threaten his family and nation. Ford's Marshall is relentless, crawling through air ducts, using combat skills to outwit his enemies, and single-handedly taking back control of Air Force One. His delivery of the line, "Get off my plane," before dispatching the lead terrorist is pure action movie gold and serves as a reminder that, in a pinch, this president can more than handle himself. Marshall's bravery, love for his family, and dedication to protecting America make him the kind of leader you'd hope would answer the call in any crisis. Aaron Eckhart's President Benjamin Asher is a leader who faces unthinkable crises, from kidnappings to full-scale terrorist attacks on U.S. soil. Asher's resilience in the face of these threats is what makes him such a compelling character. In both Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen, Asher is captured, beaten, and held hostage, yet he refuses to break. Eckhart portrays Asher with a mix of toughness and vulnerability, showing that while he's strong, he's also deeply human. He places his trust in Secret Service agent Mike Banning, Gerard Butler, but he's also willing to make sacrifices and take risks himself. Despite the relentless danger he faces, Asher never wavers in his commitment to his country and the people he serves. His resolve and courage under pressure make him a true leader, proving that even in the direst situations, he's a president who will always put the nation first. Morgan Freeman brings a rare blend of gravitas and warmth to the role of President Tom Beck, a leader who is faced with the daunting task of preparing humanity for an extinction-level event. In Deep Impact, an approaching comet threatens to destroy Earth, and Beck must find a way to both manage the ensuing chaos and provide a sense of calm to the terrified public. Freeman's soothing voice and unshakable resolve give Beck an almost fatherly presence, making him the emotional anchor of the film. His speech about the sacrifices that will have to be made, delivered with a somber, steady authority, is both reassuring and devastating. In one memorable scene, he informs the public that an underground shelter has been prepared to save a portion of the population. His honesty, empathy, and courage in making difficult decisions give audiences the impression of a leader who is not only wise but deeply compassionate, embodying the best of what a president should be in times of despair. Kevin Kline's portrayal of Dave Kovic, a humble temp agency owner who steps in as an impromptu stand-in for the U.S. president, is as charming as it is hilarious. In Dave, the real president suffers a stroke, and Dave, who happens to be a dead ringer, is recruited to secretly fill in. Initially a puppet for political advisors, Dave's innate kindness and integrity soon have him making some big changes in the White House. Kline brings a comedic yet heartwarming touch to the role, portraying Dave as a man who genuinely cares about people. One of the movie's most memorable scenes shows him attempting to balance the federal budget by applying the common-sense tactics he'd use in his own small business, cutting unnecessary spending and prioritizing programs that actually help people. Unlike the real president he's impersonating, Dave becomes beloved for his honesty and down-to-earth approach, winning over the public and challenging Washington's political elites. Klein's Dave isn't a seasoned politician or military hero, but rather an everyday guy who finds himself in an extraordinary situation. His sincerity and desire to make a difference make him one of the most endearing and refreshing fictional presidents on screen, reminding us that sometimes the best leaders are the ones who lead with compassion and authenticity. Michael Douglas plays President Andrew Shepard in The American President, a role that combines the charm of a romantic lead with the complexities of presidential life. Shepard, a widower, unexpectedly falls for an environmental lobbyist, played by Annette Bening, and their relationship becomes the center of a political firestorm. Douglas captures the duality of a president who is both a powerful leader and a man with personal desires and vulnerabilities. His speeches, especially his fiery "I am the president" address near the end, are filled with conviction, highlighting his dedication to his principles. Shepard's ability to prioritize both the environment and his own happiness, despite intense political opposition, adds layers to his character. His charming yet steadfast demeanor wins over both his critics and his audience, making him not only an inspiring leader but also a symbol of a president willing to pursue personal happiness without compromising his values. Played by the ever-energetic Terry Crews, President Camacho in Idiocracy is the ultimate caricature of a dystopian leader. A former wrestler and porn star, Camacho's over-the-top personality is matched only by his outrageous name and wardrobe, which includes an American flag bodysuit and machine gun. Camacho is not a traditional president by any means, but in the absurd world of Idiocracy, he's the perfect fit. His loud, bombastic State of the Union addresses, where he shouts and gestures wildly, provide some of the film's funniest moments. His infamous attempt to solve the country's agricultural crisis by watering crops with Brawndo is absurdly memorable, highlighting the film's satirical message about the dangers of anti-intellectualism. Camacho is as unhinged as they come, yet he brings a strange level of charm and loyalty to the role, ultimately becoming an unlikely hero in this wild, ridiculous future. Lloyd Bridges brings a hysterical level of absurdity to the role of President Tug Benson, a character who seems hilariously oblivious to his responsibilities. In Hot Shots, Part 2, Benson bumbles his way through every situation with a blend of confidence and sheer cluelessness, making him one of the funniest and most outlandish movie presidents. Bridges masterfully delivers lines that are nonsensical but laugh-out-loud funny, such as giving hilariously misguided instructions during military operations. Benson's speeches often make no logical sense, but his sincerity makes every scene even funnier. His clueless yet lovable nature is a perfect parody of the action hero president trope, and his performance adds to the film's chaotic energy. Bridges's portrayal is pure satire, poking fun at the idea of a president who somehow manages to succeed despite having no idea what he's doing. Jeff Bridges gives a standout performance as President Jackson Evans, a leader who faces political pressure with unyielding resolve. In The Contender, Evans nominates a woman to be vice president, sparking a scandal that threatens to derail his administration. Evans's integrity and unwavering belief in doing what's right drive him to defend his nominee, even when it costs him politically. Bridges brings a quiet strength to the role, portraying Evans as a leader who doesn't shy away from controversy if it means standing up for his values. His memorable speech defending the nomination, emphasizing the importance of principles over popularity, is both inspiring and powerful. Evans is a reminder that real courage in politics often means standing alone, and Bridges's nuanced performance makes him one of the most respectable fictional presidents ever portrayed. Tim Burton's Mars Attacks gives us the hilariously hapless President James Dale, played by Jack Nicholson, who's as charming as he is inept in the face of a bizarre Martian invasion. President Dale is a mix of naive optimism and blind diplomacy, convinced he can reason with the invaders even as their actions grow increasingly violent and destructive. When the Martians unleash chaos, Dale's diplomatic efforts are laughably misguided, as he clings to his belief that peace can be achieved, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. One of his most memorable moments is his desperate, absurdly heartfelt plea to the Martian leader, "Why can't we all just get along?" This line, delivered as the aliens continue to wreak havoc, captures the absurdity of trying to negotiate with an enemy clearly bent on annihilation. Dale's well-intentioned but clueless approach highlights the film's satirical take on political leaders' attempts to rationalize the irrational. Despite his bumbling attempts, Dale's sincerity makes him a strangely endearing figure, a president so outmatched by the Martians that you can't help but laugh, even as Earth faces total destruction. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next one.